this Saturday is Full Gear in Jersey. They're back at the Rock. They did 3 hours of Dynamite and Collision on Wednesday, which included Mercedes Moné winning. It's the 14th.
No.
Yeah, I guess because she got 13. No. I thought she got the 13th on the weekend.
No, it's still 13.
That was the 13th.
No, because she already had the title.
Oh, because she was interim ROH.
Oh, that's
TV
right.
Champion, so she's now just
melding. That's right.
Wait, she's interim what?
She had a match against Mira Shirkara was the Ring of Honor interim World Women's Television Champion because Red Velvet was injured. She'd been holding that title for a couple of months. She challenged Mercedes for the title a couple weeks back. What was that? What was that?
18th.
October?
It was the 18th.
October 18th. What was a Wrestle Dream?
I think it was Wrestle Dream. By the way, that's a very good idea, right? It like if someone has to relinquish their title, instead of it going away, I love that idea. If instead of having someone relinquish, you somehow figure out an interim and let them rock as an interim, and when they come back,
have that
match. I think that's how they do it in MMA.
MMA does, and I think they've done it before. I don't think this has been the first time. It may have been. I'm sorry.
Finish because I didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. So at Wrestle Dream, Mina Shirakawa put up the interim women's TV title for Ring of Honor up in a match against Mercedes Moné, which she won. And Red Velvet, I guess a couple weeks later on social media was like, I'm back, I'm healthy, I want my title back. I'm not an interim, I am the Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion. But then so they had the unification match last night in Boston on as the main event of the Dynamite Collision 3-hour show, and Mercedes won. So yeah, she's now the undisputed Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion, as well as the APAC and the and all the other titles that she got right now.
WPW.
Do Saturday Full Gear. Is she's facing Chris Statlander for that AEW Women's Championship, World Championship. Her beating Red Velvet make me think she ain't winning that belt.
DDM just went out. Just went out.
Oh, my fault. Let me. DDM prepared a statement for this segment.
Listen, I said this on the Spaces last night. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised, but I really thought that they would have let her not win this, because I think the character needs a little bit of a shift, and I just don't know when she starts losing, or not losing the titles that she has, but mainly losing matches for titles that she's going after. And I kind of felt like Red Velvet needed this, but
she lost the one match.
What match she lost?
Ooh.
Well, I don't know. I don't.
Mercedes. She lost.
Yes, she lost one match, but that was the tag tournament.
No, did she lose? Did she wrestle?
Tony you mean before? Yeah, she lost
Tony Storm. But I think that's that may be the only.
No, she lost the tag match.
No, but I'm saying like solo women's world.
Yeah, we're not counting the tag match. We talking about solo title. She did lose to Tony Storm, and Tony came out in that Queen of England look that I absolutely loved.
That's why I thought she was going to be beating Chris Statlander. I was assuming
this lady in these bouts, like at this point, I don't care. Give her to Tim Hortons middleweight women's champions. This is utterly ridiculous. This is utterly ridiculous.
Wait, Sean Tragedy. So you saying she's not? Now I think that's what Matt is saying as well. The whole thing is that she's not going to be able. So she doesn't get the AEW Women's World Championship for a second time.
No, I don't think she. I don't think. What I was saying was, last month. She's not winning no more. I think she's gonna start losing those titles now. But I thought the
the
Velvet match was going to be after this match.
my question, because eventually somehow the belts will have to start coming off. I don't know how they're going to do that, right?
What was said in the chat? Whenever she tells Tony Khan she's leaving.
But here's the thing: is they have to. They gotta have this booked already, right? However, the belt is coming off is booked in their mind already, and the belts aren't going to come off in some random loss, right? It's going to be a thing. There's going to be a build to it. It's why maybe she doesn't win the big one, but I don't think those belts are coming off anytime soon. I think she's gonna keep moving on up and possibly not being able to win that big one until she does win the big one, and then there'll be some sort of coordination, and then I feel like that's where things start peeling off, because then that's when you can actually use her to tell stories and have matches, which is the thing that she should be doing for the most part. But
that sounds like springtime to me. Then to start those titles being lost.
I don't think she wins the big one anytime soon. I think she would win the big one in the spring.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like what's Revolution or whatever that March pay-per-view is, I would assume that would be
however long it's going to take for her to lose 13 titles.
No, I think that's when she wins the big one. And then I think
they start coming off.
The story then starts to be, because think of FTR, think of Kenny Omega. They've booked these types of storylines before where people have collected belts, and then at a certain point they dominate, and then they lose a match in Japan, they lose a match at Ring of Honor, and then at the end they lose the AEW. Yami.
That don't make sense to me though. Because I'm saying this because. You mean to tell me that the individual wrestling in the indie promotion can pull this one off, but nobody? You see what I'm saying?
Shout out.
What's up, guys?
I think that the question is going to be between now and then, she going to make a return to those promotions? Because there's nothing saying she can't go down there and defend the belt. I don't know how. I think she's gone to other territories because she's been to Mexico a couple times in other places. So
she was just in Mexico.
It should happen that way, and there's nothing saying it can't happen that way. But yeah, that you would need to be scheduled like between now and the springtime. If that would be the case, I would want to see her making that tour again to those Denmark and shit to defend those titles that she's got around her waist.
I would like her to go to North Carolina and make that belt.
100%. 100%.
I'm of two minds of that. I would love to see her there, but I don't want that belt to go away.
That belt would be on AEW TV.
Well, the only reason why I would want her to win that is to help make the belt, give it a push, help.
100%.
I think that would be the biggest impact that she could make.
If these other promotions actually got treated like that, and they're just not.
Yeah, so it's the dude holding them titles.
That's what I think, that the return and the loss is the payoff. That's
for all the indie the promotions.
Yeah.
So the troubling conversation with that is we just saw a couple of really big indies shutter their doors, right?
It's a bad time to support indie wrestling.
Yes. Hey, listen. These companies, these two companies that we've talked about tonight, they're cool, right? They're cool, but they're cool without our dollars. Realize how they treat, especially a black dollar, with both of these companies. But but let me say this: is these companies that are near you that have black wrestlers on their posters specifically, go, man, spend your little $20-$30 with them niggas, and you go on Monday night, and all that's cool. You still do that. Right, but go spend your money with the folks that need you to spend their money if you want to keep the base of what wrestling is. Because I don't know if I believe in the what's the NIL wrestlers yet. I don't know about that. What I do know is the majority of these people that we love and are great came from somewhere else, came from a little school, came from a little goddamn promotion, and built it up because they understand that wrestling takes a lot of pieces to get good at. And so go spend your money with these people. So whenever we had these discussions, hey, I love, WWE, AEW, they cool. Go spend your money with the little guys so the little guys can keep on going so we keep feeding the big guys. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it works. So it's important, man. And I'm hoping that things like this will eventually trickle down. Like when we see
they need to
Mercedes at the was it HOG she was just at or whatever.
She was a hog, yeah.
Everybody that was there was talking about how she was actually interacting with the crowd and da-da-da and cracking jokes, and one nigga was calling her trash the whole night, and then and then when she came in his face, he was like, "Can I get a picture?" She was like, "No, nigga, I've been trash." It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, just keep going. It's dope that she does that, but shout out to the niggas that are not too big to come back down to these smaller promotions. Yeah, 100% support your local wrestling, man. And wrestlers, y'all
and wrestlers.
God dang it, y'all keep going back and help create them folks that can help you make money.
Facts. So should I not look at the Full Gear card real quick then?
We might as well.
I'm just kidding. We should and then get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
They got 4 pre-show matches booked.
That sounds beautiful.
That's on brand.
They're bringing back a Big Boom AJ, and him and QT Marshall are going to be teaming.
Oh God!
That'll. I mean,
that boom.
See,
your favorite color inside.
DDM was turned up. That got the biggest pop of the pre-show, though. I ain't gonna hold you. That was the.
And he had enough sense to recognize the black folks in the room at the presser. I still remember that.
That was a good night. That was a good time. Max Caster and Anthony Bowen's teaming up again to be part of this $200,000 4-way tag team match. They keep. I lost the storyline on why people keep getting offered hundreds of thousands of dollars in these tag matches, but it's a good way to get Brian Keefe and them in the pre-show. So why not?
Stakes.
Stakes.
I don't know if I'm at liberty to say because they never talked about who
is where they get the gold.
Quarter Zips. That's the name of the episode.
Not for that money. Not for that. Not for that kind of bread.
Eddie Kingston's back. Him and Hooker teaming up in the pre-show as well. Yeah, it's gonna be a bunch. How is Kazuchika Okada, Takeshita, and them in the pre-show as well? I guess the trios match for the CM. We'll see what happens.
There are 8 pre-show matches.
There's 4 pre-show matches, 13 matches currently on the card in total. Statlander's defending the AEW Women's World Title against Mercedes Moné. Samoa Joe and Hangman Adam Page are going to be facing each other in a steel cage for the AEW World Title.
They're gonna go berserk.
That's gonna go, and I've actually liked the way they built that storyline with Page and the Ops. It's this should be a problem. Brodito are going to be facing FTR for the AEW World Tag Team titles.
Crazy.
That shout out Brodito. It's been a fun team to see develop. Kenny Omega teaming up with Jurassic Express to take on the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. That's $1 million trios match.
A milli.
They're the Casino Gauntlet match for the AEW National Championship, the inaugural AEW National Championship match. Last night on Dynamite, Lashley and Shelton Benjamin won their matches, so they're the first 2 entrants into the Casino Gauntlet match. So I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully, no one gets hurt.
You know why that is, right?
Hopefully, it's
you know why that is.
They're gonna dominate.
So there are maybe 4 people on the roster that look right in the ring against Bobby Lashley. Right?
Facts.
Shelton Benjamin happens to be one of them.
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin, not a lot of people talk about this, but Shelton Benjamin is a great big dude, yo.
Facts. Especially Shelton to be moving the way he moves.
Correct.
He's a great big dude in AEW. He's a giant.
when I don't know if it's going to be with or without the Hurt Business, but when they start realizing that he could be wrestling for the mid card titles as well, they're going to be able to put on some really ill shit.
I still think Shelton Benjamin needs to be the Ring of Honor champion. I
could see that he would run him and Lee Moriarty down there rapping anyway. There's a lot that you could do with him working as a singles down there. Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe are going to be facing off in a no DQ match for the AEW TNT title. If Mark Briscoe loses, he'll be forced to join the Don Callis family.
That's going to be so entertaining.
30 niggas in there.
Yeah.
Kyle Fletcher's winning.
I was going to say, I think the beauty in this would be trying to see Mark Briscoe as part of the Don Callis family, like Daniel Bryan with the Wyatt. So yeah, that I'm hoping Kyle wins that so we can see that on TV. Darby Allin versus Pac. Last time I saw Pac threw Darby Allin. He tried to cook that motherfucker on the fire table the other day. So yeah, they're gonna kill each other.
So I want to pause here.
Go ahead.
And give a salute to Pac, because the promo he cut Wednesday on Darby was amazing. I love the character. I love the change in the character, the visual change in the character,
the hair and everything.
He looks like a villain. He could Pac could be cast on a show like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And the promo was that good that it was given a Hollywood level promo.
I like it. You don't normally get to see that from him at all.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed seeing that range, seeing that depth, and I think it added some nice dimension to the character, which makes me he's already a great wrestler, but it gives more dimension to the character. So I just wanted to point that out.
No, I 100%. I'm glad he's back. I like him in these type of role. I kind of wish he I don't know, again, somebody else they could probably throw up in the mix and give him some singles titles as well. The first time I went to Prudential Center was him and the Lucha Bros. That was when they started that Best of 7 series. That was the Death Triangle. I forget. I think they were called hitting niggas with hammers. They're having a 4-way tag team match. With the winning team to choose a stipulation for the semifinals match in the inaugural AEW Women's World Tag. There's a lot going on there. But some of your favorites, Willow Knight and Dwight Nightingale and Harley Cameron, are going to be there. Sky Blue's going to be in there, the bloody MVP, Tony Storm as well as Marina Shafir. It's a bunch of the women in the tournament. So check that
Everybody
out.
Everybody got a name except for Megan Bain and Marina Shafir.
Just beat your
hey,
ass.
Hey, Shafir, put some shoes on, bro.
She needs some shoes on. Put some shoes on,
B.
Finally they booked this match last night. It makes so much sense because I the most I've liked watching Kylie Watson wrestle on TV, him and John Moxley. I think they've had 2 rapidy rap matches on AEW TV. And then he was trying to break John Moxley's leg. He somehow was he was on HGH or something. They knocked him out. He got right back up and was right back on that man's leg trying to break it. So they booked a no holds barred match with the 2 of them at Full Gear as well. I'm gonna say it now. Don't be surprised if I'm like, that's my match of the night. But they just be rapping. I don't know why. They really be rapping when they get together.
Now,
I like to see it.
The thing I saw mentioned around Kyle O'Reilly's push, which I mean, Kyle O'Reilly is probably going to main event a pay-per-view, which is crazy, is the fact that main man the streets are saying main man done.
Kylie Watson?
Adam Cole.
Oh yeah. There was some match. Yeah. Right now, he's been out for a bit. And they've not disclosed what that situation is, though, right?
No, but Tony Khan made a comment recently about no matter what type of capacity, he'll always be welcome at AEW. And that felt like just felt like they got some news.
It feel. I want to say it may have been last week. Mr. D, I'm not sure. It may have been a concussion. They've not specifically said why he was out this last time, or why because there was a point where he learned some news and said he was taking time away. But I feel like it was recently Kyle O'Reilly and a couple of the other, like the core squad around him, they were like, we had a conversation with him, and they were talking in the same kind of end of an era, end of a career type situation. So whatever the case may be, it seems like he's sitting down right now. This was in the Ariel interview, is what Sean Tragedy was saying. That makes sense. That's what, because Tony talked to Ariel the other day. Yeah, so we'll see. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that he could be main event in this pay-per-view, but it is Jon Moxley, and it is no holds barred, so they are known to put those means on at the end. Yeah, that's Saturday night, AEW Full Gear at the Prudential Center in Jersey.